My name's Joel Ascano. I'm a rising senior at Regis High School, and I am from East Harlem. So initially, I had applied through ENG, and I just liked the idea of being able to do engineering research over the summer as a high schooler. But when I was placed into CS3, I also liked the fact that not only would I be doing engineering, but I would also be doing a more social science approach to things as well, where I'll be able to interact with people and see kind of both sides of the spectrum. My favorite part of the program was being able to interact with other kids who were just like me and had similar interests, whether it be during our lunches or while we were walking around the neighborhood. I just like being able to connect with them and learn from them as well about what they thought of what we were doing, their ideas, and like just them in general. Say, of course, it's just built on it. I feel like I've always been someone that's been more STEM oriented than anything else, but now I have more of an in-depth idea of what STEM is. It's not just equations or textbooks, it's actual applications to the real world. My advice to future participants is be ready to step out of your comfort zone. It was definitely not something I had experienced beforehand, but definitely pushed me to become someone that's more adaptive and knows what to do in situations where they're not as comfortable. So I just say be open to change.
My name is Ezra Ju. I go to Columbia Secondary School and I live right by in this area in Manhattan. I wanted to apply to this program specifically because I wanted to get research experience at first, but once I realized that I was a part of the CS3 cohort, I got really excited because of my passion for social justice. At my school, I have a club that I run called Reimagining CSS. Our school's name is CSS, where we examine the structures and curriculum in our school to create more equitable ways to bring the community closer. And I thought this was a great way to bridge my my love for social justice with my love for engineering. So, favorite part of the summer program was definitely getting to network and getting to know people from around the area across New York City, but also and most importantly, getting to hear the voices of the community that I go to school around, I live around. I wouldn't usually interview people off the street, and that new experience was really eye-opening and added a lot to my projects in the afternoon with ENG. The way this program has affected my outview on engineering in general hasn't actually changed as much as I thought it would, because I have always had a central thought of engineering as engineering for humanity, which is the goal of Columbia Engineering, to engineer for humanity. I think this program helped reaffirm my trust in that statement and really the belief and philosophy of engineering so that these communities can have a voice and accentuate that voice through the engineering. What advice do I have for future participants of this program? I really believe that there's sometimes you will be discouraged by the roadblocks that come up in your field work and also your afternoon research. But in all of research, you just have to persevere and keep on working. There's a lot of self-sacrifice. I often spent many hours after the program, after our 9 to 5s, working on the code I had just worked on in the afternoon or working on the field report. Those parts can be a little tiring at sometimes, but it's all the more worth it in the end. And it really helps to see that at the end of like this encompassing work that you did that will actually be implemented to help the communities around us.
My name is Maryam, Maryam, Besma, Basma, Sultan, Sultan. I am a rising senior at Beacon High School, and I live in Harlem. I really wanted to look at the research process, as I don't really have a lot of, before this program I didn't really have a lot of experience with research, so I definitely wanted to look into the process and like look into different forms of, or look into just in general the research process. My favorite part of the summer program, I think, were the sociology aspect of it in the morning, because just a lot of the topics such as like data sets, technological determinism, and also learning about different ways to survey, I thought was like very interesting, and it was very much in what I want to do for like my career. I think it definitely made me realize a lot more how much of a bridge there should be between sociology and technology, in that there has to always be a social process behind like technological advancements, which made me a lot more passionate about what I want to do, because I want to have the skill set to work with a lot of sociology, but also work with a lot of like technology as well. Definitely take advantage of all the like additional talks and events that are offered throughout the program, because I think that going to a few of those definitely made me more enthusiastic about like coming here every Monday through Thursday and like really enjoying the program to its fullest potential.
My name is Vanya Sinanu. I live in the Bronx, New York, but my parents are from Ghana. And I go to Harry S. Truman High School, also in the Bronx. Okay, so I chose to apply to the program. Like, there are a few factors that I liked about. One, it was an internship, so it was paid. Two, research experience was also a great factor. And three, I like that it was that I was able to, like, once I got accepted, I didn't know that I was going to be in CS3, but once I got accepted, I like that there was a engineering aspect and a social research aspect. So I like that it was intersectional. The favorite part of this summer program was, I think, the photography aspect of it. Definitely, I think it was the photography, because it was fun to just like the photography and like the field research. It was definitely fun to just go out and like talk to the community, and also just like be in the environment that you're actually doing research in. So I definitely like that aspect, and I like that there was like a commute in my day. So I would start at the Center for Streetscapes building, and then I would go to the Columbia building, and like I was able to ride my bike like every day there, and I like that I was able to do that. As a bike rider, I definitely understood like the need for having my input in having a bike rider's input in this research that we did, because definitely, I guess, in first glance, you wouldn't really like think about how a bike rider may feel, or how a pedestrian may feel like coming so close to a car or at an intersection, or maybe like when because there was a specific instance where smaller vehicles like bicyclists or motorcyclists or mopeds would just like ride through red lights or cross when they weren't supposed to. So I definitely felt that the danger in that, and I understood why it was like firsthand. I understood why it was important to have my input, have a bike rider's input in our research. I feel like this program impacted my interest in STEM in the way that I kind of have like a more in-depth, like nuanced view of the intersection between technology development and deployment into actual communities. Because of course I did have the notion that, oh, you have to like consult communities, and you have to talk to who you're going to be giving the who you're going to be asking to use your products and your technology. But now I feel like I have like a more in-depth knowledge of why it's important and how you can actually go about researching the importance of this. Okay, so some advice I have for future participants is, I understand like wanting to participate in other programs, but I feel like the workload and like the responsibilities in this program like kind of take up a lot of your time. And since I was like in a lot of other programs, I would say maybe don't like overload your schedule, because I feel like the work that you have to complete outside of this program is like significant as well. And I mean, I prefer to have like quality work over like quantity. So definitely overloading my schedule was not such a great idea, because it didn't allow me to work on my projects to my fullest extent. So if you're thinking about joining this program, be careful not to overload your schedule. Make sure you allocate enough time for all of your responsibilities, and yeah, also have fun, because this was don't stress yourself too much out about the things that we're doing, because after all, it's just it's mainly you getting out of your comfort zone and you having this experience. So just have fun and don't think too hard about the nuances.
My name is Eunice Yanis. I go to Manhattan Center for Science and Mathematics, and I'm from the Bronx. I chose to apply for this program because I thought that I knew that I wanted to be part of to work in the STEM field, and I knew that engineering seemed the right one for me, but I also wanted to experience what engineering is, and I wanted to be able to gain experience to use my knowledge that I've learned in school and be able to apply it in something like this. My favorite part of the program was doing the photo voice. It was really interesting to walk around and take pictures of the streets and of people and be able to notice things that actually are significant in the community, and also to be able to like take a regular object, an everyday object, and write a story about it that will be something important that the community could understand. It has allowed me to think about civil engineering because it wasn't exactly a field that I used to think about, but now that I know about civil engineering, it's a field that I know is able to help people, and part of working in the STEM field that I wanted is be able to not only do some technology that's going like from a distance from the community, but to be able to actually help immediately, and finding out about like how the social science actually works in the STEM field. It made me think how we as engineers have to think of understanding the community. My advice for future participants is that work as hard as you can, but also try to have fun, and even if things might seem like kind of hard, or you might think that like, oh, this is too much work, just keep going, because in the end it's very rewarding to see that you've actually done something for the community.
My name is Christopher Grullon, and then the school I just graduated from, it was Columbia Secondary School, and right now I'm transitioning into my freshman year of Columbia University. I was born and raised here in Manhattan and Washington Heights, but the rest of my family is from the Dominican Republic. My favorite part was going out on all the outdoor field trips and getting a sense of like the environment of Harlem and like the community, because I know I'm going to be living in this community for like the next couple of years, so I might as well get used to it now. But also I saw that like what we had to do, all the research we had to put into it, like with interviews, taking photos, doing ethnographic research, and taking note of our surroundings, that type of it's like scientific investigation is very intriguing to me, because it's like how I used to investigate things in nature. Like I used to watch birds and watch as nature moved around me in Morningside Park especially. So it's kind of nice to get back into my old habits of like nature documenting. Well, this program has really increased my interest in STEM, but I'd say mostly it's because of it introduced me to the social aspect of engineering technology and like the background of engineers, because in order to like actually solve an issue, you need to like dive deep into how the people want it to be solved. Because I want to pursue a career as a civil engineer, so I need to understand what does society need so I can help provide them with what they need. So I just gotta say that this program gave me a real deep interest in like the societal and humanities aspect of civil engineering and STEM. So that's really a great deal for me, since I'm gonna need to understand how to incorporate society into my future projects. I'd say for future participants of the program that they should definitely stay ahead and on top of the work they do, and also they even though like if it's their first experience like interviewing people or like going outside taking photos, they should do so like as much confidence as they can bring themselves up to, because gathering as much data as you can will really make you feel more confident when you do the presentations, like at the end. But also that when you do the presentations or you have to write up those giant research reports, I just suggest that do not slack off on it. You will need all the time you can get to edit, re-edit. There's a bunch of editing, but I'd say that this program, it will give you the time. It will give you the time you need to edit and re-edit all your paragraphs. So yeah, just stay on top of your work and make sure to use the people around you wisely, like whether it's your fellow members or the actual advisors here, because they have their open hours, and it's just great to take advantage of that.
My name is Susan Cao. I attend Lab High School for Collaborative Studies, and I'm from Brooklyn. I applied to this program because I wanted sort of a better understanding of what I wanted to do in my future career. I also wanted to meet new people and learn a lot more about improving my research skills. My favorite part of this program was definitely going outside in the field trips and learning about certain research skills that I wasn't familiar with. I remember going outside and doing a photography sort of workshop, and we took a lot of photos and we selected sort of the best ones to sort of create a story out of it. I also really liked doing ethnography. We went outside and we basically took notes of what we noticed and how it could help our research. My advice would be to get out of your comfort zone and just have a good experience. Make sure you spend a lot of time working on your projects and putting in your best effort, and making sure that your project is the best version that you can make it to be. Also, just making sure you're working well with your team and getting to know them, because that's really important, because you're working on a project with them and you have to collaborate and present your findings with your team.